What's up, guys? Joshua Navigate the Wild, and today we are going to do a budget bait casting rod and reel combo build for this upcoming bass season.
The first official father-daughter deer hunt of the year. The stand was 16 feet in the air and she did great. So we're going home. Take your kids hunting. It's fun. Man, I won't do that again. That's how you learn.
Before I get into that, I wanted to just talk a little bit about fishing in general. When I get guys that come and ask me questions about breaking into the outdoors and getting out there and doing different things, most of the time I push them in the direction of freshwater fishing. The reason I do that is because it's really the most cost-effective way to break into the outdoors and start doing stuff. You really don't need expensive equipment either. Most of these guys that I talk to have never really been in the outdoors. Their dads never really had them outdoors. They don't have a mentor mentoring them in the outdoors or anything like that. They're attracted to the idea of doing more, learning a new skill set. But on top of that, being able to provide some food. That's kind of really where this whole thing started for me. And nowadays, with things being as weird as they are, economically, globally, in our government, guys want to, there's a sense of security of knowing that I can go out and catch a fish and come home and feed it to my family and we could eat a meal. And so I always tell them, get involved with fishing. Freshwater fishing around Florida is great. You can catch great fish all over Florida. Hunting, it's a little more complicated because you need a lot more gear. You need to have a lot more knowledge, a lot more drive. You need to do a lot more research when it comes to public land. You have to have more tags. A fishing license is really affordable in Florida if you live here. And so that's what I say. Get into fishing. Also, you could take your son, daughter, kids. You could do it as a family. We do that a lot throughout the year. You don't have to have even a fishing rod or reel. You could start with a cane pole. You can use things like tin foil and hot dogs, bread balls to be able to use as bait. It's just a really cool idea to be able to get out into the water, fish here and there, and try your luck at catching something large at the right time of the year. I've wanted to buy one of these reels from 13 Fishing for a while. I went with the Origin R1 because, again, it's a budget build. I've got this reel on Amazon for 36 bucks. I mean, you can't beat that. Just an awesome deal. It's an 8-to-1 gear ratio. So with every one turn of the reel's handle here, it's going to turn internally 8 times, okay? On the outside here, we got this really cool, it clicks. So that's nice. That's your drag on the outside. Your tension knob is right here, okay? So you're going to adjust this knob on any bait caster for when you have your bait. You're going to open your reel by clicking down, and you want your bait to slowly drop. That's how you know you have the proper tension on your bait, okay? If you click it and release it and it drops fast, what's going to happen is that's going to create what's called a bird's nest, where this is going to spin too fast and it's going to get jumbled up and it's going to be a mess. You're going to have to pick it out. And that happens, especially when you're new to using a bait caster. So you have your drag. Again, your drag here is set. It clicks in place. And a drag is set for when you have a fish and it's pulling. You can loosen or tighten the drag to allow a little bit of slack out of the line as it pulls and swims away, or you can tighten it up to try and help land that fish. And so I usually like to be able to grab my line and pull and give just a little bit, not a ton. So that's how I like my drag, and I'll show you that. Your tension knob, I'll show you that. On the right-hand side here, this is your dial for helping adjust how fast line is going to be let out of your reel. Origin R1. Super smooth. On the side here, it's got some writing. It gives you your gear ratio here, 8:1. Talks about some 5 bearings. It says 13 fishing. The emblem's on the trigger. Really nice. And then on the inside, you can see that writing. It says more than luck. Really smooth. So that's really nice. Push down. It'll click into place and you're ready to rock. So what are we going to mount it on? Well, you got your $37 reel. And I am traditionally Berkley lightning rod snob. I love Berkley lightning rods. But when I was shopping for one yesterday, I saw this Dawa, and it was around the same price as a lightning rod, $50. This is an AirdX, 7-foot, medium action. Says it can do a lure up to 1/4 to 3/4 of an ounce, and recommended line is between 8 and 17 pounds. I'm gonna try and get this in focus here because I want you to just see what I saw that really caught my eye. It was the blank that it was. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like an ember color. It reminded me of the scene in Jurassic Park where you see that guy's cane, and it's got that piece of polished resin sap that has the mosquito in it. That's the first thing I thought about. It's just a really nice blank that they made this on. So it stuck out to me, plus the gold accents, you know. Okay, maybe you're not catching fish that day, but at least you can look cool doing it, right? So we're going to go ahead and mount this puppy on here. Be careful with my little space here. And see how this looks. I think it's going to look really good. Slide it in place. Oh man, that looks nice. That's a match. So for, let's just round up with taxes and all that stuff, $85, something like that. You've got a really nice budget build bait caster with all nice equipment. This thing's going to last for a long time as long as you care for it. You know, run it hard all season, then you're going to oil it through at the end of the season. You might even put a cover on this bad boy. I typically don't, but I should. But that just looks great. And it feels really nice too in the hand. Right hand retrieval. That's all right. So we have our rod, we have our reel. I'm excited about this, man. What are we going to put on it? Well, we're going to go with some Cast King Super Power. This is a 15-pound green braid. Again, it's a budget build. I got 320 27 yards of this Cast King for $11. So again, budget build, cool green and white, and I think it's gonna go really well with this build. You can get crazy, you know. There's all kinds of expensive braids out there. I like braid. It seems to, I can cast it a little further. I've switched over to braid the last, I'd say, 5 years, and I've just really liked using it. So I stick with braid, and I've used Cast King stuff quite a bit on a budget build, and I have no complaints. As long as you care for your equipment will take care of you. So we're gonna push this through, and there you have it. So I'm gonna stop the video, and then I'll put some string on this bad boy, and we'll go from there. This is the setup. I got, this will hold 110 yards of braid. I put a little rattle trap on there because this is going to be a quick, this is my quick casting, a lot of volume, 8-to-1 ratio. You're getting that bait back to you pretty quick. And so I'm going to run, you know, quick retrieval baits on this rig. Took it across the pond from my house, and it really, really casts well. The reel itself hasn't been broken in yet. It's a little noisy. I have my dial set to 4. I'm casting this thing 40, 45, 50 yards at a time. And it just feels great. Retrievals really well. Feels good in the hand. I really like the way it fits in my palm. Yeah, man, overall, I think this is a knockout budget build. If you want a affordable, really nice bait casting fishing rod and reel that's going to last you years to come, I'm going to put this thing to the test with the Origin R1 with the Dawa AirdX 7-foot pole for quick retrieval baits. I think this is a knockout. So I'll keep you posted as I get it out to the lake and try to get some fish on. But man, right out the box, I'm pumped. We've got it adjusted. Everything is good. You can see the bait just slowly going when I open that bail. So we're good. All right, let's put some out here. See if we can get some. I mean, that thing is smooth, man. I'm really liking that. What would you say? That's 40 yards? That's with a 2-ounce bait. It's really nice. Look at that. 30 yards, 35 yards. Quick retrieval. Do one more. Real quick retrieval. It's exactly what I wanted for this bait, for this setup to be. Fast action. Fast action. Budget build. 13 fishing and Dawa AirdX.